Welcome, everybody. Welcome back to Homestead Heart. Today I'm sitting outside. I was trying to get some work done, but this topic has been pretty much bothering me most of the day. You know, I think it all stemmed from a conversation. It all stemmed from a conversation. And it just makes me think of all the people that may be thinking this way. Listen, so many of us have been talking a lot lately, or especially over the last few years since C-19 hit, right? A lot of us have been talking a lot about or encouraging using our platforms to encourage and motivate everybody who would hear us to start preparing. And a lot of people have started doing that. A lot of people have started with emergency pantries, which is excellent. No matter how small, I think it is absolutely excellent that so many who've never even thought about an emergency pantry, and so many of you are now putting in emergency pantries, those pantries where you tell the family, don't touch this right here. You know, what we have in here, if it ain't in the cabinet, don't touch this right here. A lot of us have started doing that. So many of us with platforms, and I'm gonna call them out too. I'm gonna call them out. That Lead Farmer 73, you have Alaska Prepper, you have Appalachia's Homestead, Tommy Bites Homestead, Deep South Homestead, and probably many others who have chosen to speak up and speak out and tell everybody. We're not trying to keep it peaches and cream. You know, we're not trying to act like ain't nothing going on in the world. I would actually rather be among those who tried to warn and help the population than to keep quiet, knowing that so many will possibly suffer. And if anybody will listen to me, then I'm going to say it. Because if I help one somebody, then I feel like I've done something that's pretty good. Why else do all of these channels take it upon themselves to do this? There's so many other things that we could talk about. Right now, I could be talking to you about what I'm about to do with those bags that I got from Azure Standard. I could be talking to you about the gifts that people have sent us. And I'm still going to talk about that. I know a lot of you have stated you really don't care for videos like that, but I do it. I'm going to do it anyway because I want everybody who thinks about us, sends us a card and all that kind of stuff. I want y'all to know that we appreciate you. So I'm still going to do that. In fact, I might do it today and release that video tomorrow. But so many of us, we have so many other things that we could be talking about. Do you know there's always something going on when you homesteading? There's always something going on when you're farming. There's always just something going on, a day in the life of most people. We got so many other things that we could be talking about. So many other things that we could be doing, but we choose to come on here and say, if you haven't started stocking up, then please start now. Because the shock of the hour, this is such a beautiful topic that I studied many years ago, and I'm still studying it today. So this title really doesn't belong to me. But I'm using it today because that's exactly how I'm feeling. That's the sentence that is describing what I'm feeling for many of you, many of us. The shock of the hour. The shock of the hour. Many of us will be going about our daily lives. Some of us will be watching soap operas or reality TV programs. Some of us will be shopping for shoes and purses and TVs and whatnot. Some of us will be grocery shopping. Some of us will be at the park with the children, with the family. Some of us will be going about our daily work on the homestead, on the farm. Some of us will be kicked back watching a movie with someone special. Some of us will be getting married. Some of us will be giving birth. When it all hits, when it all happens, all of a sudden. None of us know where we'll be. None of us know what we'll be doing. The hammer would just fall. And those who are in authority and those who have some, I ain't gonna say power, but I'm just gonna say authority. The ability to truly warn us all. They sit in these big houses in different political offices. And they know what's coming to the people. But they don't tell you while they are preparing. They keep quiet while they are preparing. They keep silent while they get their family members prepared. And when you find out, it will be all of a sudden. Do you remember that movie 2012 with Danny Glover and Can't think of the other main characters' names. The man with the children and the wife and all of them. Do you remember the man who played the character? He had the responsibility of Dr. Helmsley. Adrian Helmsley was the character. He had the responsibility of investigating more of what was to come. And he kept saying, "What about the people, sir? The people need to know. We have to warn the people." And what did he say? Your job is to figure out when it's going to happen, and my job is to try to retain some type of government after it happens. Other than that, we don't have time for anything else. That was in a movie. But that's real. That's exactly how they feel about us. Ain't that something? That's exactly what they think about the little man, the little woman, you with your wife and your beautiful little babies. You, mother, as you look after your children and care for your family. That's what they think of you. That's what they think of us. So, when this thing hits the fan, and we will be back in a situation worse than the Great Depression, because there are more people on the planet today than there was then. Well, what are you going to do? Because when it happens, it's going to be all of a sudden. You're not going to have a warning. You saw that little weak statement that was made some weeks ago, right? That wasn't even made in this country. You saw that little weak statement. But the real deal, heavy hitting, hardcore truth behind it all, that's being kept in the dark because they don't want to panic the population. So that's fine. They don't have to say a word. But if you listen to anybody with a platform and they are trying to tell you and warn you, if you listen to anybody, your minister or your pastor or your whoever, we listen to our minister. You listen to your bishops, people on these social media platforms, whoever it is that you are listening to, if they are warning you, please listen. Please heed their warning. Please heed their advice. Don't take it lightly, because the shock of the hour, that's going to be a terrible, terrible thing. Because it happens and it comes upon you, but all of a sudden. Do you remember where you were when they announced that it was a global pandemic? Do you remember what you were doing? Do you remember then when people were killing each other over toilet paper? Do you remember when you went into the supermarket and there was nothing on the shelf? Do you remember? Where were you? What were you doing when that happened? Do you remember how in December and January and February you were getting bits and pieces of a possible outbreak in China? You remember that? And you wasn't worried about it here, right? Because there was no hype about it really. Because that was all the way across the water. So what was you concerned about all the way over there for? But then it seemed like overnight, thousands and thousands and thousands of cases were popping up everywhere, right? And then all of a sudden there was an announcement. But of course, when the announcement came, it was already too late. People was already suffering. Yeah, when that announcement came. And then what happened when the announcement came? Everybody rushed the markets all at the same time. We didn't rush a market. We was already at the market doing our regular shopping. So whoever you listen to, whoever you follow, please listen and do yourself a favor. Wherever you shop at. Because at this point, it don't matter. At this point, you got to get what you can get while you can get it. Well, I only eat organic. Okay. Then buy organic. If that's what your money can afford, then please get what your dollar can afford. I don't shop at this place, I shop at that one, and they don't have what I need, so I'm just going to wait till they get it. Don't do that. They may never get it. If you're purchasing food, canned goods and whatnot, I'm going to tell you now, when you ask me this question, how much should I get for me and my family? I'm going to tell you again, don't stop getting anything until you can't get it. Let that be it. Until it's not there anymore for you to get, that's when you stop. When they close the doors to the supermarkets because there's nothing there, that's when you stop. When they tell you there won't be any more meat coming into the meat market, that's when you stop. When you can't go anywhere, when you can't shop with Azure, when you can't shop with Amazon, when you can't put things in your Instacart, when you can't go up to the Dollar General or the Family Dollar, when you can't go up to the Big Mart. I really think them folks is deeply involved with this, but that's neither here nor there. When you can't go and get it anywhere, when you can't even buy another seed, that's when you stop. So let's put that question to bed. Don't ask that anymore. Don't ask that anymore. You stop when you can't go get it no more. That's when you stop. Because who knows how long this is going to last when it happens? You see what's happening all over the world right now. Stock up, get your seeds. Wherever you buy them from, I could care less where you buy them from, to tell you the truth. At this point, I don't care if you get them from the dollar store. I don't care where you get them from. Get them. You got rare seeds. You got Johnny's seeds. You got so many different places. Just Google. Just Google it. I don't care where you get them from. Buy the seeds that you love, the foods that you love to eat. Get those seeds. Let me tell you something else. You know how we like to go and buy all this Jiffy seed starting mix and vermiculite and perlite and peat moss and all of that stuff we like to use to start our seeds with. Mrs. H, how can we prepare for something like that? We don't have nowhere to store no whole bunch of bags of that kind of stuff. I understand that, to start seeds. I understand that. Consider buying peat pellets in bulk. Consider that. Get a nice little brown box of 1,000 of those or so. Could be a little more, could be a little less. That's something you can put away easy. I think I showed you all in a tray. What I did, I just took the little peat pellets and put them down in my seed starting trays. Because that will be more economical for future use. Not now, but for the future. If we won't be able to afford to buy those things, or if those things just won't be available in the first place, those little peat pellets, you can start seeds in those. Consider that. Putting them away. Make that a part of your emergency food storage. That and your seeds. Get yourself some Mylar bags. Quart size, gallon size. Put your seeds in there. Put your seeds in there. And put them at the very bottom of your deep freeze or at the very back of your refrigerator freezer and leave them. Because if you can't go and buy food, well, maybe you can grow some. If you have to grow it inside because you don't have room, well, consider going to Walmart or Amazon or wherever you can go and get one of those shelving units with the wire at the bottom and some grow lights to go along with that, in case you got to grow everything inside because you don't have garden space outside. Well, at least you can grow some things inside. You might not be able to grow everything inside, but at least you can grow some things. Just take these things into consideration. The shock of the hour. It's going to be a terrible, terrible thing, y'all. It's going to come up on us all of a sudden. I'm telling you. Every time we wake up, it's something new that happened. Before you can go to bed at night, something new done happened. Y'all, I'm telling you. You're going to wake up one morning and everything, all hell gonna be done broke loose. Yeah, your banks won't be open. Did you ever see how Walmart shut down all them stores a few years back? Several years back, they shut down all them stores. Is that a fire? Oh, it's my neighbor's chickens over there kicking up all that dust. They dust bathing. That's got to be what they doing. I see all this dust coming up. No, that's a fire. I'm gonna be back, y'all.